Yay, there we go. Well, I think I'm live, but I can't see anybody there, and it's not updating on my other devices, so this could be fun. Oh, I've got somebody in. There we go. Bear with. So why won't it go live on mine? Interesting. I think I can nearly see it on here. Hello, lovelies. It's lovely to see you. Excellent. I can see you on there now as well. Let's see if I see you on this other device. There it is. Fabulous. So hopefully I should be able to see you. Oh, Mr. Pink Frog's in the building. Good afternoon, Andrew. Lovely to see you. Hello, Celia. I might have to put my glasses on to read these. No, I'm good. And hello, Jackie. Nice to know that you're going to be there. We'll give it a couple of minutes, let everybody join. I hope you're all safe. Obviously, Storm Bert, that's been a bit of a rocker for a lot of people. I hope you're all safe. Hope you're all dry. Hope nobody's been flooded. A friend of mine, a fellow cricket ambassador, her whole house has been flooded, and we're waiting for an update from poor Paula to see how much her workshop's been damaged, which is yeah, not great, but we'll see how she gets on. But yeah, I hope you are all well and safe and dry. Lovely. So let's see who we have got in. Oh, lots of people in this afternoon. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit because I know I've missed some. Definitely Celia and Jackie, Mr. Pink Frog, lovely Fran. Hello, Caroline. Lovely Betty, lovely to see you. Beverly, Mrs. Pink Frog, afternoon Gwen. Kim, keeping us in check and looking after me. Thank you so much. Janet, hello Jackie. Hello Philomena. That's a fabulous name. I absolutely love that. I absolutely adore that name. Hello Mary. Hello lovely Val. I hope you're well. And oh, got another Betty. Hello Betty and Carol. So yeah, it's lovely to see you all. Yeah, if you've got any storm news, let me know. Hopefully it's good and you've all just got a bit wet and not flooded or anything horrible, because it's not very nice. I had to drive to Manchester on Saturday and we'd had quite a bit of snow over here. So to say that was a bit scary and a bit challenging is to say the least, but I made it and went and did what I needed to do. Driving through Storm Bert was a breeze after that, and a little bit of surface water, but all is good. We do these things, don't we? So today we're going to be looking at 13 by 26 centimetre card. So in inches, that's similar to, if you fold it in half, a 5-inch card. Kim will drop the links in the posts as we go through as well. So if you want to shop, you can see what we're using. If ever you want to craft with us as well, those links go up as early as we can. Obviously this is still all new for us, and we're trying to get ahead, so we'll try and get those links in so that if you do want to craft along with us, you can also craft along with us and change some bits and pieces as well if you need to. All of that's good, and I am loving what I'm seeing on Pink Frog Inspiration. It's so lovely to see lots of you sharing. It really, really does mean the world to us. It's, you know, for me, that's what crafting's about. It's about sharing. It's about sharing ideas. It's about, you know, just sharing stories, sharing, you know, people who understand what crafting means to you. So yeah, what we'll do is I will flip the camera. I've got my notes, so I should be all right. So we'll flip you, put you in the little cradle, and we'll go through a few bits and pieces and get some card making done. Right, let's go. There we go. Let me just see. Yeah, that's not too bad. We still can't go landscape, unfortunately. It's the fact that I've got an Android phone and it's not working. We have tried many things, but this is where we are at the minute, and we will make it work. So the main card that I'm going to be working with today is this True Ivory. Hopefully you can see it on there. There you go. So the True Ivory is a beautiful ivory coloured card. I've got a lovely shadow today. I don't know where that's come from a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hooch everything up a little bit, and hopefully that will get rid of most of it, and I'll work up there. How's that? There you go. We can get a little bit of this shadow now. So yeah, like I say, 13 by 26. So you fold it in half, you get a 13 centimetre square card. As always with Pink Frog, you do get your instructions. And I thought what we do today is some of our more, not complicated, but they've just got a few more steps in. They're all easy and achievable. And we'll have a go at those. So hopefully we'll get through a twisted easel and also a side stepper card, and you can see those. But one of the other things I wanted to share with you today is kind of what happens when I either get some product out or I get sent some product. So this week we decided we were using this. And so how do I decide what I'm going to use with it? Well, I go through my card and I start to have a look at colours. So for me, what I did was I went through and I thought, we all know the brown, the True Brown and the True Ivory work really well together. But I thought, oh, I wonder whether these would work as well. So this is the light brown and this is the light pink, and all of those would work really well with that. So you've almost got that very pale ice cream feeling set there. And then the other thing we've got is also, if maybe you wanted to bring some of the squares in that match with these, the gold would work beautifully. So that's our mirror gold. Mirror rose gold would just, especially if you're using the pink or the light brown, just brings those colours together. And the other one that I thought would work quite well, and it does cut across, maybe not as much with the pink, but definitely the other three, would be craft. So that's kind of where I started, have these out on my desk and then started to have a play. So I think it's sometimes important to share those bits and pieces, that we don't just all make it up out of our heads, or not all the time. Okay. So let us start. Oh, big decision. Should we do, let's go stepper first. So I'm going to bring the stepper in. So this is our little stepper card. Really delicate little card. I wanted it to be very soft, very gentle. You know, just to say thank you to a friend. Maybe you've had a bit of a tough time and they've helped you and you just want to say a little thank you. And that's why I kept the stamping really gentle on this. I'll stand it up and hopefully you'll be able to still see it from above. Yeah, definitely. And if I just turn it on its side a little bit, you'll definitely see how that works. So first of all, we do need a trimmer for this, or knife and ruler, but I find it much easier on a trimmer. And no, I think it's the Hunky Dory trimmer we've got in stock at Pink Frog. That is a lovely little trimmer, actually. This just happens to be the one I've got on my desk at the moment. This is just a tonic one. So any of them. But what you want is to do these kind of cards, a trimmer that's got a, I'm going to just get the little blade out, has got like a little V blade on it so that you can use your measurements and cut it. It's a lot harder with a rotary blade, but with a little V blade you can do this. So I'm going to get my instructions. I'll leave them there so I can see them. So side stepper. So it says we need to cut at 6.5. So I'm going to measure it at 6.5. And then I need to cut between 3 and 18. So I use 18 here and 3 there, and that is all the cutting you need to do. You can then bring your trimmer in, not your trimmer, your scoreboard, and I am looking round very quickly for my scoring tool under there. There you go. Yeah, I've got everything ready. So this again, this is a Hunky Dory one. The one we've got in stock at Pink Frog is actually the Crafter's Companion one. Use what you've got. That is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do, and I want my stepper to be this side, so I'm going to score from here to here. So I will just need to work out where I want that to go. I could turn it over and do it that way. So my first score line goes at 3. Okay, I'm just going to double check. The next one goes at 5, so I find it easier to, rather than count, bring it all the way down. 5. Then 10, which does happen to be the one I've got outlined on this board because it's about halfway on this board. We then go to 18, which is the one all the way at the end. At the end of our cut line, so that one goes to there, and then at 13, so for those we've only scored to that middle line. Okay, there you go. I need to move it up a bit. Yeah, lack of light today. And then we're going to go 13, but that one goes all the way across. Okay, and then what you're going to do, we can move our scoreboard out of the way. Pop that down there, and we are going to tease this. Yeah, so that one goes down. Yeah, so just use your fingers and your thumb just to start to, so it'll go mountain, valley, then mountain, valley, and mountain. Yeah, and that will give you that side, and that one just goes in half. Once you're nearly there, use your board. There we go. So that is the basis of your card, and I think for a bit of a wowzer card, that just really, really goes there. It really does. Oh, sorry, Kim. Yeah, it's the Crafter's Companion trimmer we've got at the minute, not the Hunky Dory one. So, but there you go. So that is the base of your card. You've already done the hard work. That is the hardest thing we're going to do on this card. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get our little panel ready. So this is the panel that's going to sit on here. Okay. For those of you that want measurements, get your pen and paper. I'll share them later as well. The light brown I've cut to 6 centimetres by 12.5. So that'll just give you a small border. And therefore that one is 5.5 by 12. Okay, for your ivory. And it's the ivory we're going to work on. So I'm going to bring my stamping platform in. So this is the one that we do have on the Pink Frog website. So anything that we're using or equivalent will be on on that list that Kim's put up there for you. So I want to grab some stamps. I'll use 3. So normally when I use my stamping platform, I would pop it all the way over to this corner, but I know this stamp is actually going to overlap a bit. So what I do instead is I choose a number. So in case this moves at all, even though we're going to use our magnets, if it moves at all, I know it's at the top edge, but it's at 5 centimetres on here. Okay, so it's just another little top tip that if you can't put it in the corner, choose a number, choose like a significant number so that you know where you're going to put it. And then what you can do is you can line your stamps up. And I have just managed to lose a stamp. That's hilarious. There it is. I haven't lost it at all. There we go. So wherever you want them. Okay. And for that really subtle kind of pale look, I'm going to use the pumice stone Distress Oxide, and it'll give it quite a chalky finish. So what we need to do is pick our stamps up. Yeah, and then we will ink this up. I'm just going to move it over a tad so you can see. So for me, as a traditional stamper, I was always taught like light tapping, and that's what I still do even when I'm using a stamping platform. Okay, and then that will just come in over the top and give it a good press. Just let that ink transfer from your stamps to your card. There we go. There's a little bit, I'm not quite happy with part of that, but because we've used our stamping platform, I can build that colour up. Also, if I wanted to add a tiny bit more colour just to these wingtips, I can do that by using another ink pad. Okay, so just maybe to give them a little bit more definition around the edges. I didn't do this on the original, and that's the beauty of crafting. You can change your mind whenever you want. Okay, I'll just give them a little bit more definition. There we go, that's pretty cute. I'm happy with that. I am going to give those stamps a quick wipe and take them off there, because I want to use that again in a little while. So let me just grab something to wipe those with. And I'm just going to put those back in their little book. There we go. And that is the butterfly stamp again from Pink Frog. So we've got our little panel now. I'm really happy with that. It's really pretty. So what we can do, I'm going to just use our EVA to stick these together. Oh, I knew I meant to find one more thing before I started today. There's always something, isn't there? There we go. Pop that up there. Because that ink's still a little bit wet, I will quite often just use a little bit of paper just to make sure that when I'm rubbing over, making sure I've got that pressure, I don't, yeah, you can see there's just a little bit of ink transfer. So if I'd have rubbed that with my hand at that point, I would have smudged that ink. I am just trying to find one thing. There it is. Perfect. So one of the things we've got on offer this week is the foam on a roll. Now, generally, we use this for making shaker cards and things like that, but there is nothing to stop you from just using it in your general crafting either. So this will actually tear. You'll get a bit of a sticky finger, but it will tear. So if you haven't got any kind of scissors that have got coating on, this is a great way of just doing that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so the foam on the roll is down to £5 this week. You get 25 metres of it, and that offer is our weekend offer. So that stays live until this evening at 6 p.m. So, and then it goes back to its normal price. So if you're after foam on the roll, and the other one that we've got this week is Quickie glue pens, and they're down at £2 each. So you always need bits and pieces like that. So I'm just going to lift that bit up there. I obviously could use a pokey tool or tweezers, but I'm just using my fingers. There you go. And at that point, that is just going to, and that bit of height just will make it stand out a little bit more. Using foam on your cards just adds another layer of dimension. It'll cast like a shadow and things like that. So there we go, that's the base of our card. So now we want to add those beautiful words as well. So I'm going to smooth that. I am going to bring in my little teeny tiny die cutter. So any die cutter will work for this. I just happen to be using this one today because it fits on my desk. It's nice and easy. And I'm going to cut all 3 dies together, so you won't necessarily be able to read them backwards, but just say thank you, best wishes and friend. And you can buy all of these individually, or you can buy them as a set. And again, they'll be in the link that Kimberly will put up for you. So if you're interested in those, and they're just handy little dies. I'll pop you on there, just feed you through. There you go. 1 pass should be more than enough for those. Pop you there. And we are going to just tease these out of here. So I've got my thank you. There you go. That's my ooh. So if you've got any little bits that just need popping out, any kind of pokey tool will work that you've got. I'll just pop out of there. There you go. We've got a couple in here. Oh, it is so nice just to be able to do absolutely everything from scratch. So you can see that, you know, exactly what we do. As much as I miss the telly, having to kind of have everything prepped and do a demo in about 2 seconds was always a good challenge. We'll put it that way, it was always a good challenge. So that is my little dot off the eye, which no doubt I'll lose, but I don't really stress over dots on eyes, to be honest. You can tell what it says. So I have got thank you, friend. So I'm going to use the thinner nib on here. Just going to wiggle my chair in so I can reach the table. That's better. So I'm going to do that. So you've got a couple of ways again to do this. I'm going to bring in that little bit of rough paper. So I'm going to do thank you first. So a couple of ways to do this. Obviously with your thin nib you can just put tiny bits of glue on there. Yeah, if you think you've put a bit too much glue on there and you're worried that it's going to just ooze out, I mean this dries clear anyway, but just dab it on a piece of paper and it'll spread the glue, and then when you pop it on here it shouldn't make that mess. Okay, I'll pop that on there. Okay, just hold it, let it grab for a minute, and then we've got the tea. But yeah, these fine nibs make such a difference, they really do. Am I missing any chat? Oh no, what's happened to the dog? Is the dog all right, Pauline? Hope the dog's all right. It's lovely to see you, but I hope the dog's all right. So now what I'm worried about is Pauline's dog. And then we've got the same with these other letters. We'll just pop them on. If you've got tweezers, they're quite good for helping you do this kind of thing, just holding it in place. But yeah, there's no way I could do this kind of wet glue without my EVA and my fine tips. They really do make a difference. And we've got our Y. There we go. Yeah, if you think you've put a bit too much on, just give it a dab. Just use this as a little, you know, it's just a bit of copier paper. It's not my fancy pink frog paper. I'm not using that for that. It's for best, that. So then we've got this. That one's not too bad. And then we'll put friend at the bottom. There we go. And just our F, and then we've just got a little dot to deal with. There you go. Oh, I know what I might do. I'll come back to it though. Right. I am going to grab my tweezers, and with this I'm actually just going to put a little tiny bit of glue on my mat. You probably can't see because I've done it out of shot. I'll move it, there you go, that's one way to do it. And I'm going to pick up this little tiny dot. I may fail. Come on. There you go. Put a little tiny bit of glue on it. And that will just go on there. I'm just going to squidge it round a little bit. Come on. Do you that way then. Sometimes go with where the card wants it to go. There you go. And then just remember to wipe that, because obviously you've put glue on your mat. Because that is the other thing. If you maybe don't have the non-clog glue bottles, you know, you can put glue on your mat and dip things into it, but then you need to remember to clean your mat before you get glue somewhere you don't. So that is our little stepper card. Really simple. One was a little bit paler than the other, but what I love about that is, you know, you can just change it by adding a little bit more ink. You can do that if you wanted to. You could put some more stamps around it, but I just wanted it to be really plain and simple. There you go. So there we go. So there you go, stepper card, super easy. How quick was that? So the other thing I wanted to show you was how well all of our True card takes ink, especially the ivory, because it's a pale colour. It takes ink beautifully. So we'll show you how to do some ink blending, some stamping, and we'll turn it into this beautiful twisted easel card as well. So if shape cards aren't your thing, you could just pop this on the front of a normal card. You can do this in any size as well, but obviously we're working with 13 by 26, which is kind of like your 5 by 5 in inches, and we're doing some more of our like more intricate folds today, really. So let's get the folding done, and we need to cut a little bit of card as well. We can do all those things. So we'll do the fold first. So it's on our instructions, but it says to fold at 13, so you just fold it down the middle. That isn't a full, yes it is a full piece. And then what we need to do is just from the centre fold line to one of the corners, score all the way down, okay? And then that will just come in again, give it a good burnish and bring that in. So always use your card to make sure you've got things lined up. So you obviously want that line to be nice and square. So that again is the basis of your twisted easel. And then I need to make a panel to go on the front of there, which means I need to cut this at 13 now. Okay. So when we're done and we've decorated, that panel will go on there. Okay. But for now, I want to work on it while it's flat. So I'm going to use some of our Scotch tape. So this is great for holding your dies in place, but also it's great for masking as well. If you don't have this, you could also use our masket. This would do a similar thing. So I am going to put you about there. Hopefully it's straight. And about there, maybe a bit less. There you go. There you go. So we've masked off that area, and I'm just going to bring in some different colour distress oxide. So because I'm using quite a lot of ink, I'm going to use my daubers. So I am going to use fossilised amber, wild honey, ripe persimmon and crackling campfire. Could you do this with just 2 colours? Of course you could. For me, I just wanted that change in colour. Now I've got to work out where the tape is so I don't go too far over the other side. So we've got a yellow, a bit of a darker yellow. I'll start to blend that together. So you'll see the daubers put quite a lot of ink on straight away, but if you're not happy with it, just go over it with that colour and it'll just blend those 2 colours together. Okay. And then I want my 2 oranges. I can't remember which dauber's which. That will go in there. And then we'll go in with the last one. Oh, there you go. That lovely crackling campfire, that really dark orange. Okay. And then I always just go back in with the lighter colour just to blend over that. You can see those colours working together and into there. And then we'll go in with that one into there. But you can see those colours are blended really well. At this point, I can remove my tape. And you'll see that that tape gives you a really, really clean edge. Yeah. So absolutely beautiful. If you're not happy with your blending, just always leave it a minute. Just let it settle. It's one of those things, it just sometimes takes a little bit to come to life. So I do need to make a little stopper as well. Now, obviously, I didn't measure that piece of card when I made it, so I'm going to measure it now. It's about 4 by 9.5. So we'll cut that and we'll do the same with that one. Okay. There you go. 4 by 9.5. Somebody will probably ask me why aren't I using that other tape. Now for me it's because that's already got ink on, and if I put this on here I might end up smudging it. What I want to make sure is my best wishes, so I'm going to cut it out of a different colour, but you can always just use a letter just to kind of just so you know you're going to ink enough space. Okay, there's one bit. I'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll just repeat that inking process. Okay. If you're a measurer, measure. If you're a bit more free and easy, just go for it and pop those colours down. Okay. So you've got your fossilised amber, wild honey, your ripe persimmon, and your crackling campfire. And then you can just go back in again, make sure those colours are blended. Take that tape off. Oops, hello. So you've got your 2 panels ready to go. And it's just so easy to do, just to lay that colour down. I am going to just give that a quick wipe. Obviously, I want that ink out of the way. There you go. Let's put the lids on all of these, move those out of the way. There we go. How's that? But yeah, that's with the right card, ink blending's a lot easier. And because this is our true card, and even though it's a coloured card, it is still nice and smooth. So what I want to do now is I want them to dry a little bit. So whenever you've inked anything, as much as possible, leave things to dry. So what I'm looking for now is, and I've put it somewhere safe, obviously, is my stamping platform. Right, I've not stood up, it can't have gone far. There it is, it's behind the scoreboard. There you go. So we are going to put this in here. So again, like I say, when I can, I'll always work into the corner. Just got a bit of tape on my finger. So this is kind of going to be a bit sideways. So what I'll do is I'll turn my stamping platform so it makes it easier for you guys. Because I've done it that way just in case this gets in the way. I try and keep my stamps away from the edge or the hinge just so it doesn't impair it in any way. So I want my beautiful butterfly sitting on there. Just work out where you want it positioned. Pick it up. And I am going to use Versafine Claire, the pine cone one. That shouldn't affect it. I'll do that anyway. It's good housekeeping. And then we'll bring this in. First go. We don't need to re-ink that. That's pretty. So again, we'll leave that to one side to dry. We will just clean off our stamp. And pop it back so we know where it is. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it, Pauline. Yeah, I've got quite a few of those little stamp booklets, but they're just so handy and it just keeps your stamps together. And yeah, there is a video I think on the one of the Pink Fog pages, but it is just a piece of A4 stuck together. So there you go. Right. So I am going to give that a quick blast with the heat gun. Apologies for the noise for a minute, and I'll explain why in a minute. There you go. Fast as I could. We'll come back to that one. In fact, I am going to stick it on first. So let's worry about this. So we need to. So the reason I dried this one as well is because I'm going to adhere our sentiment to it. I want it to be again nice and clean and dry. So I'm going to go and get my little die cutter machine. I'm using that same stamp. Now this is the one with 3 of them together. They do come attached, but if they don't, doesn't matter. And also these will come apart as well. The reason I've kept mine together is I think many of you know I can be more than a little scatty, and this way I'm less likely to lose them. Doesn't mean I won't, I'm just less likely to. So single pass should get that through there. Pop you over there. And we're going to go with best wishes. So these will just pop out of here. Anywhere you think it might be a little bit stuck, just tease it out. Just sometimes from a different direction will make a difference. There it goes. And wishes. And the best. So I'll pop you out. And pop those bits out. There we go. And that one. And that one. We'll worry about the eye in a minute. So there we go. Pop you there. So obviously this is going to go along here. So we're going to do what we did before. We are going to grab our finest nozzle non-clog glue bottle and just put this on here. So if you kind of want to work out your placement, more for space, I'm not worried about this being straight yet because it's not stuck, but that's going to be my wishes and my best. I can work out the space in the middle. There you go. Fabulous. So onto here. Again, if you've got your scrap of paper, if you've put too much glue on, just give it a dab. It's better on there than on your project. And we'll put that there. You've got a straight line to work to along the bottom where you've inked it. So that's another good reason for masking it off with tape. Tape's already got a straight edge, so it makes it nice and easy for us. Give it a dab. Pop it on here. There you go. And then the same with our best as well. But yeah, non-clog glue bottles and EVA glue definitely changed my view of the world when it comes to using a wet glue. I'm quite a messy crafter, not as in I do messy craft, I just make a mess. So for me, this means that, come on, thank you. I make less mess. So any help I can get with that, I will definitely take. There we go. There we go. Little bit of dust on there. Let's get rid of it. There you go. So there's my best wishes. So that's my little stopper. We'll put some foam tape on that in a minute. But what we'll do is, one of the reasons I wanted to dry this off is, I meant to find some glitter. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Where would you be, glitter? Where would you be? You could be anywhere, couldn't you? I know where there is some. Literally, just keep talking to yourselves. I will be back in 2 seconds. Back in 2 seconds. I was going to use the really fine glitter that I've had from Pink Frog before, but I think it's in a bag downstairs, so I'm not going to go all the way down there. But what I am going to do is to use my Quickie glue pen. I'm just going to check I've got, where's the one that I want? In here. So when you get a new one, you'll find it's got a little stopper on it. Just take the stopper off, yeah? And then what you'll find, if you do it on plain paper, it comes out blue, okay? But it will dry clear. So Quickie glue pens are great for adding accents to anything you're working with. What we should do before we do this, because I'll still be able to stick it on, but what I can do, because it's like a pen, it's really good for getting into those little areas. It's really good for those little dots. It just lets you go in there. And I just want to add a shimmer to my butterfly wings. Yeah. There we go. So I didn't do this on my original, but as I was sitting here thinking today, I was like, let's add a bit of bling. So never have too much glitter. Ever, ever, ever. So put the lid back on there. I can use my scrap piece. I can use the middle of that because that hasn't got glue on it. And we'll just use some of this iridescent. Yeah, it was the diamond sparkly stuff I wanted to use that Kim will probably find it on the website for me. And that would be my glitter of choice. But you'll see that that's gone on there beautifully. And that's why I wanted to dry my ink off so that none of the glitter got stuck to the ink. If it's a bit wet, it will stick a little bit. Okay. You could also do that with your EVA, definitely no problem at all. Just sometimes a quickie glue pen is just that much easier. The fact that you can write with it, so you know, if you're doing names and things like that, it'd be great for like table settings. So if I wanted to like write my name and then put flakes over it, anything like that, because it writes like a normal pen, yeah, you can do that. You can add swirls, things like that, anything you want. So anything you can draw, anything that you can do with your pen. And then obviously we can put gilding flakes over it. That works really well. Glitter works really well. There you go. How's that? So for me, that's why I would choose, you know, and for me, it's always finding the right glue for the right job. There is no one answer as far as I'm concerned. For me, this is great for drawing with. It's great for just colouring in those little details. It's that control that I love about a quickie glue pen. And they're on offer. Whereas obviously other times I do like my EVA in my non-clog glue bottle. So, you know, all things work. So let's put this card together. That's come out really, really well. So let's put this on here. We'll use, because this is a bigger area, we will use our bigger glue bottle just to get a little bit more glue down. Always give it a good wipe. Yeah, just wipe it off with your fingers just to make sure that when that glue bottle, you're not using it, it doesn't dry. Okay, so you just don't want any excess glue on it. And then what we can do is just pop this on here. So I'm just going to that bottom corner. What I might do, actually, I've got a bit too much glue on there. There you go. On there, on there, and on there. And I'm going to treat myself to another piece of copier paper. I know, right? Just because I've obviously got glitter drying on there. My ink might still be a bit wet. You know, at home when you've got all the time in the world, just let things dry. Just stay there and let things dry. But there you go. There is the basis of your card. So let's make sure that one's definitely stuck down in that corner. Get a good rub. And then what we'll do is we'll grab our foam on a roll again. And this is great for sentiments, actually, because it does mean that you don't get those kind of gaps, and it does just hold it up. Yeah, so really, 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 really good product. So let's take our covers off and then work out where I want you to be. And for me, I love the way I've done that. Have I done them the other way around this time? Yeah, That's quite normal for me. And either way is right, actually. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to pop that there because that's where it feels like it wants to sit. So again, we've come out with 2 slightly different cards. They've actually gone the other way. And that is your personal preference. You can do that, okay? There is no right or wrong way. It depends which way you want it, okay? I'm just going to flip both of those that way so you can see. But that sparkle is really pretty on there. It's come out really, really well. Okay. So hopefully we've all learnt a little bit, inspired everybody. I would love to see some twisted easels this week. I would love to see some stepper cards this week. What else have I got to tell you? I will turn you around in a minute. I am just going to double check that I've got no questions to answer. I think Kim's probably covered everything. Definitely. Oh, I'm glad the dog's all right. There you go. I've caught up about the dog now, as long as she's all right. Oh, and hi. We've got Nissy Martin. Good Monday from the USA. Welcome USA in the house. That's very, very exciting. Thanks for joining us. What's really exciting is wherever you are kind of in the world now, if obviously our UK customers, nice and easy to shop at the Pink Frog website, but if you are from abroad, the Pink Frog eBay shop will ship to many different destinations as well. So there you go. Right, let us flip you round. I finished a bit early again today. Oh, I know what I can do. And it's not on Kimberly's list, so I'm really sorry, Kimberly, but I'm gonna add something else to this card now as well. So as well, maybe you've gone, oh, I don't really do stamping, but I like butterflies. So how could I create this card if I wasn't a stamper? Well, Pink Frog to the rescue again. This is one of our little butterfly dies, and again, cuts out beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to look at this card, the one we didn't put the glitter on, and I'm going to use the lighter colour actually. Again, if we want to add some glitter to this, we could. But these come out beautifully, and then we're just going to... So if you wanted to 3D your card a little bit more, again, you can use your stamps and your die cuts together. You don't only ever have to use one thing at the same time. So even though they're slightly different shapes, it will give us that, as though the stamp butterfly is our shadow and our die cut butterfly is the 3D one on top. Just let that stick a little minute, and there you go. So it was just for those that maybe don't stamp, who aren't as confident in stamping. It's just another idea, okay? So again, mix and match your stash together. You know, for me, I just like things to do lots of things for me. So I love the way that they've both come out. I'm going to tip them so you can see them, hopefully. I love the way that runs just slightly behind, so I can't quite see it. But I'm going to hang on here a minute. There you go. So yeah, really pretty. So what we'll do is I'm going to flip you around, guys, and say my goodbyes. Again, wipe your glue off and just use your finger to help you put that needle back in there. Right, let me find the little stand. There it is. Let's bring you down, flip you around, and see how we're doing. Look at that. We're going to flip. Yay, back in the room. Fabulous. So, good news is I am now starting to love my Facebook Live. So I've gone from being completely petrified and worried about all the tech and everything. I know it's not perfect. I know the lighting's not great. I am looking at all kinds of different things to try and improve it. But at the minute, this is what I've got, and this is what I need to work with. But hopefully you all enjoyed that. It's lovely to see you all. So let's just go through all the things that I need to tell you. So don't forget, sign up to the Pink Frog newsletter. So it's just an email that we send out. So we let you know when the lives are on. We let you know what the weekly offer is. But the bestest thing about it is in that newsletter is the monthly code. And the monthly code, and it changes every month. So we've still got the November one at the minute, and you can use that till the end of the month. And that will give you 10% off, just 10% off the website. Yeah. And you can use it over and over again. So if you shop more than once, it's there. So how brilliant's that? Offers of the week, Quickie glue pens, £2 each, and offers of the weekend, 25 metres of foam roll, £5 each. They are available till 6 p.m. tonight, and then they will go back. They'll go back to their normal prices. The other bits and pieces, don't forget, obviously we're on eBay. All of our lives you can watch on replay on Facebook, but also on our YouTube channel. So if you go to Pink Frogs on YouTube now, you'll find lots and lots of Kim's uploading all sorts from historically as well. But all of these weekly lives that we're doing will be on there. So kind of for your diaries throughout December, both Dawn and I will be here. I'll be here every Monday until about, I want to say the 16th. I could be wrong. I can't see my calendar at the minute. And Dawn does every Wednesday. So we'd love you to join both of us. And I think I get the final one of the year. I think I get Dawn's last one before Christmas. So I get to do a Wednesday, and I think we'll have a little Christmas party. And we might even have a tipple. Why not? So, Anne-Marie, great question. How do I share my craft along card? If you go to Pink Frog Inspiration into that group, we would love to see it. That would be absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see what you all make. If anybody has got any ideas for what they want to see, you know, if you're struggling with something, just ask us. If we think it's something that we can do in a live, we'll try and do that for you. We definitely want you as our community to be part of this. I think that's really exciting. Yeah, I've had a great afternoon. I really have. So thank you so much for joining me. I've really loved it. Any questions, you can always message me. You'll find me on socials. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me on Facebook, and you'll find me on the Pink Frog Inspiration page as well. I'm happy to share lots of what I make. For me, that's a big part of crafting. It really is. I think I've just about managed to cover absolutely everything. Lovely to see you all. Have a very good evening. Stay safe, stay dry. I think Bert's still having a bit of a hoolie outside here. So I'm going to stay inside, and I'm going to go make another cup of tea. So good night. Thank you very much, and see you later.